Well, hello everybody. This is Real Talk with the Bishop. I want to say we're grateful for today. I got a great lesson for you, and I pray that as I'm teaching, that you are applying the lessons to your life, and also that you are bringing to the table other individuals that you know need a clear word. And I thank God for the platform. It is beyond the walls of my own influence in terms of the church and my profession, etc. It's reaching the world. I mean, literally, people all over the world watch me and are being blessed. And again, as always, to God be the glory. And I'm emphatic about, frankly, fulfilling my assignment in the earth. And I believe it's what God's called me to do. This is what I'm doing. It's not something I'm just making up. I believe it's my spiritual DNA to be a blessing to you and to help you and to guide you and to give you a word. Think about it. You got the Oprah Winfrey's and the Dr. Fields and all these individuals that talk about life and life issues. And that's fine. But I think the advantage for me as a man of God is I can talk about life issues and challenges, but I can bring the word to you in real time. And so that's important. Today, I'm going to take some excerpts or an excerpt from an article that I looked at from Psychology Today, and they give us, I think it's 8 keys. Yes, 8 keys to healthy relationships. So I want to make sure I give them recognition and know that this article is going to be taken from that excerpt, as well as I'll add some other commentary to it as I so deem as I teach. But at any rate, today's lesson is 8 keys to healthy relationships. And it's an excerpt from Psychology Today. So I'll read it verbatim and then I'll add some pieces to it. The first key that they reference is, in terms of keys to healthy relationships, is taking interest. Let me just give a little backdrop before I get into this. For many of you know, I've been married for many, many years. My wife and I just celebrated 39 years of marriage, been together for 41 years. We dated 2 years in high school. So been with each other for a long time, a long time. I have taught, we've taught marriage class. I have been keynote speaker at conferences, in different venues across the country. Again, I have 3 daughters. As you know, if you got girls, it's a different cut there. So being the oldest of 11 children, having 3 daughters and a wife, grew up in a house with 4 women in terms of my marriage and my daughters. And I've learned some things, even about myself, and I've learned some things about relationships. So as I'm sharing today, I have an experience certainly that validates the teaching, and not so much, I'm not taking it from Psychology Today, but more so I want to add to this in terms of my real life experience and really understanding what it is to have a healthy relationship. And as you know, of course, I'm a pastor. Been pastoring over 25 years, almost 26 years, and leadership the whole 9. So I've been working for a long time, for real talk, all right? So, number 1, taking interest. People in healthy relationships take interest in one another. And this is really, really important. And I got you. Understand, we all have different things we like to do. I like to play golf. Wife don't like golf, all right? But what she will do, particularly if Tiger is playing, if Tiger Woods is playing, that's a wash. She's going, not a wash, that's a wrap. She's going to watch golf if Tiger's playing. So I like golf, all right? There's certain things, quite frankly, she like, I don't like. But I have to sometimes find a way to get into her world, and likewise into my world. And so that's a part of the equation. You don't have to like it. Sometimes just do it because you want to let that person know, or give them some sense that I'm doing it because you're important to me. It's probably a better perspective, all right? We took a swimming lesson a few years ago, wife and I. And quite frankly, in my community, we didn't have swimming pools. We were not raised up around water. I'm from the hood, by the way. But we didn't have swimming pools. So we wasn't exposed to swimming. We just were not. But when we got old, the wife said, I want to do something with you. Let's do something together. And so in this case, she asked me to go with her to the Y, and we participated in an 8-week swimming lesson training, whatever the case may be. I wasn't trying to be no Olympic swimmer. But again, something she wanted me to do. So I did it with her, all right? Number 2, acceptance and respect. This means accepting what we have come to know about the other person and continuing to treat him or her with respect. This is critical, as far as I'm concerned. Because if you don't have respect, the word respect means to be considerate. So when you're respectful, then you consider it of the other person. All right, you are sensitive to the fact that they might be totally different than you are, different temperament, but you got to respect that. That's building a healthy relationship. When you respect the person, you recognize they're a real person. They're a real person, and you want to be sensitive to the other person. All right, uniquely different, but you respect the person. All right. Number 3, positive regards, and they state here: people in healthy relationships tend to see negative things the other person has done as honest mistakes or due to difficult circumstances, and attribute positive things as a result of the other person just being a good person due to hard work or other positive character traits. So that you have a positive attitude, even when people mess up, they didn't get it right. Nobody wants to be, around people that are very critical, treat them like they're always on trial. Come on, somebody. Real talk with the bishop. Like everything you do is going to put you in the doghouse. Hello. You got to be gracious and merciful when it comes to relationships, all right? Number 4, meeting basic needs. The basic need that everyone has in relationships are companionship, affection, and emotional support. People in healthy relationships are focused on meeting these as well as all other needs that the other person has, and they are willing to grow, to be better at this. I just told you, 3 daughters. Very challenging, frankly, when I was raising my daughters. And I'm a great provider. Never missed a meal, never was homeless. I mean, great provider. But what happened, in particular us as men, or even a mother or a person that's a caregiver, we tend to, and it's okay, to equate the maintenance aspect of parenting, and whether it's a father, mother, etc., the case may be, with emotional contribution. And I had to learn that. It was tough, man, because I equated me taking care of my family and all the above as I'm doing a wonderful job. But I found that those girls and my wife pulled on me to be more affectionate, to be more emotional. They pulled, in other words, they would say to me, you're doing great over here, but here's a need that I have that you're not meeting. And it was quite difficult for me to look in the mirror and recognize, you know what, there is some validity to this. So I had to get out of my little space and get in their space and realize that they need me as a father, as a pastor. They would say to me, I don't want to hear that, don't give me scripture right now. I want my daddy. My wife would say, I don't want the man of God, I want my husband. So it was hard for me to distinguish or take off that hat of the father or, the caregiver, the pastor, hang that hat up. I want my husband. I want my father. I had to hang those hats up and condescend, so to speak, to meet that basic need. And it's still a challenge sometimes. It's still a challenge because I'm a leader. As a leader, you're driven by doing things a certain way. So you have to just submit and just condescend for the team. All right. Number 5, positive interactions. Again, they say, or state, but the research shows that relationships are the most satisfying when there are quantitatively more positive interactions with the other person than negative. So in other words, let me put it in layman's terms. When you want a good relationship, you create an environment where it's one that we both win. It's an interactive environment where we both win, and collectively, quantitatively, it's a relationship where it's not filled with negative energy. Now there'll be negative moments, but don't let that negative moment define your moment. Take negativity, and it's a moment, but build in positive moments like words of affirmation and kind words and being nice and encouraging words. Real talk. Number 6, solve problems. Health relationships, they work on solving problems. So check this out. There are a lot of unresolved problems in relationships that will continue to cycle through regardless of solutions. And people in healthy relationships find ways to reduce these conflicts as much as possible. There will be problems. You cannot, in my mind, in my world, in my experience, be married or have a relationship with someone and problems don't come up. They're going to come up. They happen. But here's what you want to do. You want to break that cycle. Even though sometimes you just got to agree to disagree. You got to keep it moving, all right? Because problems are going to come up. It's going to happen, all right? Number 7, rupture and repair. And they state here, people in the healthy relationship are able to quickly and effectively repair damage to their relationship. People in the healthy relationships, healthy, whole relationships, what they do, they repair. And what happens in a relationship, it's a carryover. You got a flat tire, you got to fix it, man. You got a slow leak in your tire, you got to fix it, because eventually the air is going to dissipate, the tire is going to be flat. So you got to work on repairing. Anybody can tear down a house. Can you build it up? Can you build up the relationship? Can you fix it where it's broken? And frankly, you want to become good at fixing stuff. Not fixer-upper, but fix it. All right? And then number 8, reciprocity. This means that both people in the relationship are working on this stuff. If only one person is taking an interest in accepting and respecting, giving the benefit of the doubt, meeting the other's needs, providing a positive interaction, and repairing ruptures, then the relationship likely has larger problems that need to be explored. In other words, if it's just one person working, it's not healthy. We both have to work. Sometime you're up, sometime you're down, but we both have to work. We have to work and give the effort to make it better for all parties involved. And again, it's broad, and it's not just in marriage, just in relationship. You got to give. It's a give and take situation. Here's the deal. Let me close with this. It's not 50-50. It's 100-100. You give your best. He give his best. They give their best. It's just, you got to give your all, man. You got to put it all on the field. We're going to make it right. We're going to make it work. I'm going to do my part. You do your part. That's building healthy relationships where we are working together to make it happen. Real Talk with the Bishop. Listen, God bless you. Like my page, Real Talk with the Bishop. Go to my YouTube page. Like my YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, Periscope. Follow me and tell somebody about Real Talk with the Bishop. God bless you.